Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a really big, kind of fat journal to share with you. This one is a vintage sewing themed journal. I did use a kit for this that I got from Home Book and Treasures. It's called Vintage Sewing Kit. And the journal itself measures 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. On the cover, there's a lot going on. There's like a whole bunch of, I don't know, sewing related stuff on there. I have like the scissors, the thimble. I have a little vintage button here and here. There's a little cluster, some fabric ruffle. Um, Actually, all of the laces and stuff right here, this is all vintage. This, though, I don't think is vintage, but all the other laces that are around are. I do have an eyelet closure, the metal book corners on all four corners, and this is actually upholstery fabric. It's really pretty. There's like, it's pink flowers against like a cream background. And as you can see, very, 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 very chunky. So I actually have to stand up through this one because I just don't think it will. I'm trying to keep it in frame. All right, so if we go like right there, actually, let me see if I can move this down just a tad. That way it's not so. Okay. All right, so hopefully we can get through this. So on the front, I have a little vintage eyelet trim down there. A little, like, like a library type pocket that I added. This is this little applique right there of the flowers vintage. There's a lot of vintage elements throughout here, along with like the stuff from the kit, like, like the pages and stuff. But here in the front, we have a vintage button card. And then a little note from the bookmaker. And here we have a little flip up there. It's actually a big one, so you could actually write a lot in there. And then these two were from the kit. And then here, I made a little book, and it's all blank. There's little blank pages in it. I did sew it, but this is also one of the images from the kit. So actually, I think there's another book too. I don't know if I put it in here. I thought I did, maybe. But like if you take stuff like this out, it won't be as chunky. So that goes behind the belly band there. And then on the belly band, I have a little, it's like a kind of like a glassine bag. It has a vintage doily there. This one is from a printout from the kit. And then we have this. I thought it'd be kind of cool to add this kind of stuff in there. And this is vintage. I don't think it has a, 1969. You see it? Right there. So I wanted to kind of try to add in some real like vintage ephemera type things. And we have some nice crinkly paper, little fabric ruffle. This is an image from the kit. Vintage, well, this is part of a vintage doily here. And then I put one of these, they're like paper buttons that I got from my friend Pamela, the hippie gypsy here on YouTube. She has these in her shop, and they're really neat because she made them with book pages, but they're buttons. So I thought that was cool. So this here, it flips open so you can do all sorts of writing, here and here. And then there is a little pocket with a little tag up there. Some vintage music paper, vintage graph paper, another little, these are not vintage, those are just vintage printed like images from the kit. I did a little lace here with two little flower appliques down there. Another page from the kit. This is the same fabric that I wrapped the cover in, but I made it into a little pocket, and then we have three little places, little like journaling spots. And then on the back here, did a little pocket with when I cut down the file folder. Actually, if you can see that, that's like part of the file folder. So I kept it, covered it with the vintage music, and then added the vintage. This is part of a doily, and turned it into a pocket. So here, that's, you know, just a printout from the kit. And then this is another vintage, like ephemera piece. This actually, I believe it, well, it's trimmings, I think like rickrack, but it's also blank on the inside, so I thought that'd be kind of cool too. You could journal in it if you wanted to. This is a little spool that I just did a little collage on. Another page from the kit. This is a vintage hanky that I folded in half so it's a little bit thicker to make a pocket, and then another vintage button card. And I love the colors of those buttons. It's really cool. And then this is the first of these. I got a bunch of these from Pamela, again, the hippie gypsy, and she has them in her shop. Basically what it is, it's like a stamped image on muslin. I think this is muslin. And then she did like a little tab, and then did the eyelet, and then a bulb pin. And I got them, like I have a whole bunch of them that I bought from her, and I haven't been wanting to use them, so this is actually the first one that I've used in this journal. So here we have another place for journaling, and then this is the 3 pockets. So we have pocket, pocket, and pocket, and then decorated the front of that a little bit. The dress form here, and then I did a cutout dress form there. This is some vintage lace that I tied into a bow, and then this flips up, and then there's a little pocket back here. So lots of room for journaling. A little flip up, flip down, and then on the inside, we have, you know, cut out, and then this is, I don't know if these are vintage or not. Oh, no, they're not at all. Sorry, 2011. But they're kind of, you know, sewing related, kind of little samples. And then a little ephemera piece. And this trim and this trim, that's both vintage. This paperback here is not. But it does hold 2 little journaling cards there. And I did, with a guest check, a little pocket. And here's another larger tag. So you can actually fit a lot more down in there. Page from the kit. Again, this is a flip up, flip down. And then this is vintage. Though I don't see a year. But I'm thinking it might be from the 60s or the 70s. Possible 10 cents. Yeah, 6 yards. So it is definitely vintage. And here's a little pocket up there. This is the middle, and I liked this spread, so I didn't do any pockets or anything to it, but it would make a good background if you wanted to put ephemera on there, like, you know, like as a mat or something. Another little pocket there. And here's another one of those 3 pocket, I don't know, ephemera holders. Not sure what to call them, really. Here is another, it's kind of like a button card, but this is actually from some clothing. And, you know, they staple the extra buttons there. And I was hoping that there was like a date or something. There's not. So I don't know if this is vintage or not. So I can't really say, but I thought that was really cool. And look at that. I love that. And here, oh, this is so neat. This is for Fashion Magic So Easy. And look, it still has the needles there. I don't know if you can see it. There's needles here. Here's the threader. And I was really hoping to find a, like a, you know, a date on there, but I don't see it. But I'm almost 100% positive this is definitely vintage. So I thought that was really cool. So that goes in there. And then here's another one of the 3 pockets with a little flip up there. This is just another little tiny, teeny pocket up there. And I did like a little waterfall, not waterfall, but like, you know, just like a cascading thing. And I did the 3 little vintage appliques on there. And let's see, here's another one of those that flip out here, and a little tag in that pocket there. Another vintage seam binding wrapper. Another button card too. And yeah, I really wish some of these had dates on them, because I would just, I know it's vintage, but I'm just like, you know, really curious to find out how vintage. Little tuck spot here, did a little tab. Another little pocket back here with 2, yep, just 2 journaling cards. Look at that dress, beautiful. Another little pocket with 2 different pieces of ephemera. Again, not vintage, those are just images from the kit. And another of the 3 pocket holders, pockets. Oh, just love that sound. And here is the belly band again, 2 larger journaling cards, and then the tag there. Another little, I say little, big area for journaling, and then 2 journaling cards there. And then there's the back and my little signature there. And then the back is blank too. So if you wanted to put pictures or anything on there, you definitely could. So this is my, you know, really overly stuffed, probably needs to go on a diet, maybe, just joking, vintage sewing themed journal. That was a mouthful. But it is available in my Etsy if you are interested. I will leave a link to this journal in the description box below. And yeah, so that is this journal. I have one more to share, so I'm going to come back in another video and I will show that one as well. But that is it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the walkthrough of it. If you have any questions or comments, just please leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.